you know that the environment that provides the necessary processes that sustain life is disturbed by human activities? No? Well, you better watch this presentation by to learn about it.
Hoy, Marie! Hoy, Marie!
Ano, marites?
Mare, may chika ako. At the end of this lesson, you must be able to describe how people generate different types of waste as they use various materials and resources.
Mahari ito pa. Explain how different types of waste affect people's health and the environment.
And you will be able to cite ways of producing the products of waste at home, in school, and around the community.
Human activities. Nakakaapekto di umano sa environment dahil sa waste na dulot nito. Sinasabing ang ecosystem ang nagsusustain ng life sa Earth dahil ito ang nagbibigay ng serbisyo upang maipagpatuloy ang human activities. Human activities nga ba ang dahilan ng municipal, agricultural, industrial at mining waste? Alamin. 5 basic techniques used in waste disposal. Tutukan. Proseso ng resource cycle. Abangan. Tamang pagmamanage ng mga waste. Ibabahagi.
Mare, totoo ba? Do human activities have effects on the environment?
Oo, Mare. Chika ko na lang mamaya how it affects to our environment.
Mga mare, listen to my chika first. Totoo to. Nakita ko to sa Facebook. The environment is everything that surrounds a living organism, including physical factors such as air, water, soil, and biological factors like flora and fauna. An ecosystem is a community of organisms interacting with one another and with the abiotic component of the environment. A healthy ecosystem is essential in sustaining life on Earth because it provides services. Ecosystem services refers to the direct and indirect contribution of ecosystem to human survival and quality of life. Ecosystem services may be categorized as support services, provisioning services, regulating services, and cultural services. These are the services that are necessary for the production of all ecosystem services. Examples are the production of biomass and atmospheric oxygen, soil formation and retention, nutrient cycling, water cycling, and provision of habitat. These are the products obtained from ecosystems that provide the basic needs for the survival like air, water, shelter, food, and energy. Regulating services. These are the benefits obtained by managing the climate, hazards, and diseases through ecosystem processes. Cultural services. These are the non-material benefits people obtain from ecosystem through spiritual enrichment, cultural heritage, recreation, tourism, and the aesthetic experience that nature provides for humans.
Ito na nga ang latest mga mare. I'm gonna tell you how human activities affects our environment. Ecosystem can provide this service when they are healthy and intact. This vital life-giving and sustaining process are the outcome of the living and non-living components of an ecosystem. Human activities such as invasive species introduction, land use changes, resources explosion, and pollution directly affect the ecosystem. These activities also affect biodiversity as well as the quality of soil, water, and air, since the Earth is characterized by the dynamic relationship between its subsystems, such as the atmosphere, hydrosphere, geosphere, and biosphere. Changes in one component are bound to affect the others, creating instability in the intricate balance among the components and processes that sustain life on Earth.
Mga mare, alam niyo ba yung human activities, waste at waste management na yan?
Ano mare?
Naku, alam niyo ba na? One of the ways human affect the environment is the generation of waste. If not managed properly, this waste will pollute and affect the environment. In addition to the previous information, solid waste is generally made up of objects or particles that accumulate on the site where they are produced. Ano na mga mare? Naiintindihan niyo ba yung mga pinagsasasabi ko?
Mare, pwede mo po bang i-explain ulit?
The various types of solid waste are produced through mining, agricultural, industrial, and municipal domestic activities. The first is the municipal waste. These types of waste come from households, commercial, establishments, institutions, and some industrial sources. Next is agricultural waste. It is a common form of waste derived from farming and poultry. Too much agricultural waste in the form of fertilizers is deposited into bodies of water which can cause eutrophication. Ito pa, industrial solid waste comes from industrial sources other than mining. If they are classified as hazardous, disposal requires special landfills for their isolation and treatment. Last na ang mining waste. Mining waste is generated in three ways. In most mining operations, large amount of rock and soil are removed to extract the valuable ores and the waste materials are left outside the mining site. In milling operations, the grinding and sorting of materials produce solid waste called tailings, which are dumped and stored in ponds near the mining site. And the water that is pumped from the mines flows from piles of waste, rock, or tailings that contain hazardous materials. Wow, Mare! Ang sipag ha!
True ka dyan, Mare. Pero alam ba kung paano i-dispose yan?
Itatapon sa basurahan?
Tama, pero do you know ba what are the different methods of waste disposal? First is the landfill. Landfill is one of the most common waste disposal methods worldwide. It involves collecting, transporting, dumping, and burying waste in a designated land. Every deposit of fresh garbage is covered with a layer of soil to prevent it from blowing around. However, the threat of groundwater contamination reduces the use of this practice. Second is incineration. Incineration is a type of waste disposal involving the dumping of method where you eliminate waste material via combustion. The other name for this disposal method is terminal treatment. You can conduct incineration at an industrial or individual scale and dispose of many kinds of waste
matter. Next is mulch and compost. Mulch and compost is one of the simplest methods of disposing waste at home. Composting is the method of allowing the natural process of decomposition to transform organic materials into humus-like materials called compost. Compost is mixed into the soil, whereas the mulch is spread on the top of the soil. Source reduction refers to the method of designing, manufacturing, purchasing, using, and reusing materials so that that amount of water or its toxicity is reduced. Lastly, the recycling. Recycling ensures the waste does not get in landfills or water bodies by creating useful components out of trash. Many communities have made it easy to recycle products by adopting labels to indicate whether a commodity is recyclable or not.
Mukhang nakarami na ng nakalakal si Jennifer
Aba, syempre naman. Magaling yan eh.
Curious lang, ano bang ginagawa nila dun sa mga nakakalakal?
Hindi mo ba alam ang resource cycle?
The process of involving transformation of a raw material into a usable or consumable product is what we call a resource cycle. In a resource cycle, resources and basic materials are extracted through mining, cultivating, and harvesting. It will be transported and manufactured to form a newly fresh product that will be purchased by buyers or consumers. Consumers generate waste which affect Earth's subsystem that regenerates the raw materials and hence on the availability of supplies. In a resource cycle, reducing the demand of resources, minimizing waste, recycling and reusing of materials may help balance the production of resources and disposal of waste.
Oh, ayan na pala yung batugan ko, anak. Sige na, mga mare. Oh, andyan ka na pala. Cellphone ka na naman ng cellphone dyan. Kung maglinis ka kaya ng bahay.
Ma, alam mo ba yung waste hierarchy?
Hindi, ano ba yun?
Yun no, sa TV.
The waste hierarchy is a pivotal tool used in decision making. It ranks waste management options according to what has the best outcome for the environment. The 5 stages of the waste hierarchy are prevention, reuse, recycle, recovery, and disposal. Let's take a closer look at these 5 stages. First, prevention. Prevention is the most effective way to reduce waste. It involves buying durable products that can be used for a long time and refraining from buying disposable products that lead to more waste. The second option is to reuse and recycle solid waste to serve another purpose. This includes reusing plastic bags, empty bottles, and other disposable materials. Organic waste such as leftover food and vegetable peelings can also be converted into compost for planting through different techniques of biocomposting. The third option is the treatment of waste to minimize its effects on the environment. Only until all these options are exhausted and done should solid waste be disposed to properly designed and operated waste disposal facilities.
The end. But before we end this session, recap muna. If you listened a while ago, you must know this already. An ecosystem is a community of organisms interacting with one another and with the abiotic component of the environment. Ecosystem services refer to the contribution of ecosystem to human survival and quality of life, such as support services, provisioning services, regulating services, and culture services. Human activities such as land use changes, introduction of invasive species, resource exploitation, and pollution primarily affect the economics. The types of solid waste include municipal, agricultural, industrial, and mining waste. The 5 basic techniques in waste disposal are landfill, incineration, mulching and composting, source reduction, and recycling. A resource cycle is the process involving the transformation of raw materials into usable or consumable products.